The Erie Canal was a transformative waterway built by New York State between 1817 and 1825 that connected the Great Lakes at Buffalo with the Hudson River and therefore the Atlantic Ocean. The Syracuse Canal Mules were a beer league hockey team essentially composed of Greenway's brewery workers who would have played their hockey right here on the canal.
So the Canal Mules were probably named after the mules that were used to pull historic boats along the towpath. Mules were primarily used for towing because of their reputation of being stubborn. Horses would sometimes drink the dirty canal water and get sick, but a mule knows its worth, wouldn't do that. Similarly, the workers at Greenways did not like to drink water. They much preferred the beer.
One of the fiercest rivals of the Canal Mules was Rochester's Hoodle Dashers. This was also a canal beer league team from the workers at Genesee Brewing Company out there in Rochester. The Hoodle Dashers get their name from the unique two-boat system in which two boats would be lashed together to allow double the cargo capacity. The Hoodle Dashers, though, of Rochester were famous for having two players get together and knock out the goalie, allowing an open shot on goal.
So eventually, in the 1920s, the canal here in Syracuse would be drained to create Erie Boulevard, and at that point, it looks like the Canal Mules traveled to compete and play on other waterways and in other canal towns and cities along the Erie. A lock is basically an elevator for boats. It's what allows boats to overcome elevation differences along the canal while still maintaining a nice, calm, even level of water.
Can you tell us about the last game at Lock 31?
There is no Lock 31. That was done away with during a barge canal survey.
One of the things that many people don't know is that when you become mayor, you get access to a number of secret files, and when I started to review them, I came upon the Canal Mules file. Now fast forward to when I came over here to the Canal Corporation after my time as mayor. And as I was learning about the canal system and trying to commit all the locks to memory, I realized that there's no Lock 31 on the Erie Canal. And that actually brought me all the way back to those early days as mayor when I was reading about the history of the Syracuse Canal Mules, and specifically about the final game between the Rochester Hoodle Dashers and the Syracuse Canal Mules. I don't want to say much more, but let me say this. Their history deserves to be told.
What is this?
What is this?
8 players.
Honest to God.
This is incredible. Where did you find this again?
Can we take a break? So according to this file, there was a final game at Lock 31. It looks like it was maybe the first attempt at a promotional night in beer league hockey. Greenways gave a bunch of free beer to the audience. You know, they had a history of doing things like that for the community, but Canal Mules fans got quite angry after the Hoodle Dashers pulled off their signature move one too many times, and a riot broke out where the lock was literally destroyed.
The state canal authorities most likely knew about what was going on here at Lock 31 in an era of prohibition. So in order to cover up their tracks, they made it seem like there never was a Lock 31. Following the arrest of 8 members of the Canal Mules, including star Lefty McGinty, the Canal Mules ceased to exist, and hockey was no more in Syracuse, at least for the next decade.
After the beer league folded, there was a strong desire among the people of Syracuse to keep hockey alive in their city. And that groundswell just happened to coincide with the American Hockey League forming in the 1930s.
It looks like this game really was, you know, the end of that era of Syracuse hockey, but there was, quite the audience here in Syracuse for it, and it looks like this is what led to professional hockey coming to Syracuse not that long after.
The story of professional hockey in Syracuse starts with the Syracuse Stars, who joined the International Hockey League in the 1930s. And when the International League merged with the Canadian American Hockey League, they formed the American Hockey League in 1936. The American Hockey League has always found its way back to Syracuse. But it all started with the Canal Mules. And without them, who knows if we would still be here 90 years later.